Hey guys, I'm trapped here. I was doom scrolling and Bing decided that she had to get me, so. Oh, Bing, this little guy. But as I was doom scrolling through Twitter, I had a bit of a moment, with the whole AI art. Oh, she's like, Mother noticed me. And yeah, I was doom scrolling through Twitter and I saw all this discourse about like AI art and AI taking jobs and AI this and AI that, and like people just in general just kind of fear mongering and stuff. It's not fear mongering, it's just being realistic. I don't know, man. I'm so tired of modern stuff going on right now. It had me thinking, like, how many people still have that dream to just buy a piece of land and slap a little house on it and just have a garden. And I've been thinking about how much more I want to do that to just get away from all this crap. So I guess this is just like a little ramble video with no real structure, but I had some thoughts and I've been wanting to upload more to YouTube, so I figured I'd give you guys some low effort thoughts of mine. So apologies if this isn't your style of video, but I just kind of felt like talking about it a little. Sorry, I just woke up. I only left the bed to feed the cats, and then I'm back now. But yeah, I mean, I grew up on farms. I miss them a lot. I've been living in towns or cities for, I guess, like a while now, and I'm realizing how much I really don't like it. It makes me really like feel pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, it's convenient that I can get up and walk to go get things, but I think that I would enjoy life a lot more if I just lived in butt heck nowhere. Like, I know I've got my business now. Please don't ask what it is. And it's nice to be very close to that so that I can. They're doing construction in the basement. Do you see what I mean? I've been at it since like early last summer for a long time. It's like 8 a.m. on weekdays, and for a long time. For a long time, I was working at night, and then I'd be going to bed at 6, 2 hours later. Bing, you don't like that? But yeah, I've just been thinking about how humans are modernizing right now, and I'm not really liking where everything is going entirely. I'm definitely hopelessly addicted to the internet, and it'd be cool if I could take a step back from that. And what are they doing? This literally only started once I started the video. I'm not even kidding. I haven't heard that at all this morning. But anyways, I've just been thinking about how I'll be back. Okay, I think they're done. But anyways, I mean, before I lived here, I lived in a 4-bedroom house that had 2 kitchens and a million bathrooms and an acre and a half in the middle of town, and it it was less than what I'm paying to rent a third of a house here. And then I have a family living above me, and they're renovating the basement to move a third family in. And it doesn't mean my rent is going to go down. My rent is going to continue to go up by the maximum allowed every single year. And it's crazy. Like, this was the cheapest place I could find. Everywhere else around me, like $3,000 a month for a basement apartment where you live underneath your landlord, or if you want to rent a house, it's like 3,500, 4,000. I've seen some places for 5,000 a month. I don't know how any person working a normal job is affording to live. Like, I don't know many people who don't live without roommates who are like a lot of people are struggling even just for rent, let alone food. Food prices have gone up so much. I don't know how any Canadians are making it work unless you have some sort of generational wealth, or you're living with your parents, or you have like 2 roommates, or that's crazy. There's not many jobs that people want to work, I guess. And also a lot of the jobs are also being taken. Like, you go to grocery stores and they've gotten rid of like almost all the cashier lines. It's all self checkout. There's less people working at these. Like, I went to Walmart the other week for something, and there wasn't a single person, like cashier. There were no cashiers. There was one person manning the self checkout, and when we were walking around trying to find our thing, I didn't see any employees at all. There's no greeters anymore. Like, at least at the Walmart I went to. I don't know if it's different where you are, but I'm noticing a lot of these places just don't, like, they're getting rid of job positions. They're they're cheaping out. That Walmart was trashed. It was a mess. Everything was where it was not supposed to be. There was garbage all over the place. Like, there were more people working in the Walmart McDonald's than there were that I saw in the Walmart itself, which is crazy. I don't really like going to Walmart. It's not my favorite place. It's not my favorite company. But I just kind of thought that was a little crazy. And it just kind of seems like everything's getting more expensive and people aren't really making more. We're getting taxed like crazy. Like, they want to raise the carbon tax on everything. I don't know how anybody can afford anything. Like, gas is getting more expensive again, and like everybody has to have insurance on everything, and it's getting more expensive too. Everything is getting so much more expensive. And like, I have dietary restrictions. I like, if I eat anything from the freezer section, it will make me so sick. Like, it's crazy. Like, I tried eating like a lasagna from the frozen section the other week, and I've tried a few times because like it does taste pretty good, and sometimes I'm not like, I have health problems. Sometimes I can't stand in the kitchen and cook for a while, so I've decided to basically just make roasts. But some days I really only can just throw something in the oven, and it sucks because it does make me feel very ill, like for days. And all the food that I can eat is so expensive, and so it can cost me like hundreds of dollars a week sometimes, and I'm working my ass off to try and make that work because like I struggle with bread. I can't really eat bread. I don't believe I'm gluten intolerant. I think it's all the extra garbage in it. I struggle with sugar. Sugar makes me feel quite sick if I have too much of it. I massively cut back my sugar a few years ago, and now, like, I feel better from that, but whenever I eat too much sugar, I feel awful, and there's so much sugar added into food, and there's all these other preservatives and stuff. And so I eat a lot of just like meat and vegetables, and occasionally I'll get some fruit, like a couple times a month. Maybe grab like a bag of oranges or like maybe I'll buy a couple plums or something. I don't know. I don't eat a lot of fruit. The most sugar I have is like a teaspoon or two at most a day, and like my coffee or tea, and then I have a lot of herbal tea. But I like everything is so expensive. Everything is so crazy, and I feel like everybody's getting stressed, and I'm like I do fairly well for myself financially. I'm not rich by any means, but like I can afford it, but I even still I feel stressed and exhausted, and all of my friends are struggling, and it's just so crazy to me that we live in this world. Like Canada has become such a hellhole. It's wild, and I'm starting to see more people talk about it. And then with like AI and technological advancements, a lot of jobs are going to be gone. Like soon, fast food places won't have people. Like they'll probably have like a technician, but they're all just going to have a screen, and then, Flippy makes your burger for you. And I, like it's not going to happen for a long time in specialized restaurants, most likely. I mean, I don't know. But like even just simple things like that, all the jobs are disappearing, and there's just more and more people, and they're not building enough houses. I think Canada's population grows by what, like 500,000 people a year, but they're only building like 200,000 houses a year. And all the houses they're building are these gigantic, like 5-bedroom, multi-million dollar houses. Like they're not building single family homes. Like they're not building anything that anybody can afford, which is insane. Like you'd have to buy it as like a huge family. And like I grew up spending a lot of time in like an Italian household. Everybody lived there. My grandparents, my dad, my aunt, my cousins, like everybody was in that house, and like that was fine. But that was also just sort of the family structure that we had. But that's not for everybody. I feel like people should be able to, work and own a home. But all the homes now are also owned by some corporation or some person who owns like 20, 30, 40 homes, and they're just renting it out and making money off of it. And I'm just sitting here stressed and exhausted and depressed. And and if I wanted to buy a piece of land near here, whoo, even 1 acre can cost you like over 100,000 easy. And like I do own a piece of land, but it's hours away. I was planning on moving there, but then life happened and my business expanded, and it requires me to be at least a little bit close to the city. Like I don't want to have to commute an hour or two both ways every day. Like if I could be a half hour away, that'd be fine. 40 minutes. Throw on Mildred by Grim Salvo, and I'm at work. But I hate living in town. I really do. It's so exhausting. Like I feel so sad here. It's crazy to me, and it's so loud, and there's so many people. And like when I moved into this place, like the windows are nailed shut because of crime, so that people can't break in through the windows like easily by sliding them open. Um, it's I'm just so tired and stressed from all this, and I wish that I could just like move away from this and live a simpler life, like below my means if I can. And God, I don't even want to think about like retirement savings. I'm 30. I don't know anybody that has any sort of retirement savings set aside. And when I talk to older generations, they're just absolutely mind boggled by what's going on right now. They either don't understand it and they think we're ungrateful, or they do understand it and they're like praying for us. There's like no in between. And I just feel really lost. Like I'm glad like I found a career, I found a passion. I found something that I can do that I love, and it's growing, and that's great, and I hope that it keeps working out for me. But I just don't know if that's going to be enough. You know what I mean? I'm just really stressed out, and I don't know how Canada's going to handle this, because right now we're on a downward trajectory. We're going down. We're going down, and I'm really exhausted thinking about it, but it's something that I think about pretty much every single day. I shouldn't, because thinking about it isn't really going to help, but I'm trying to come up with something, so I'm gonna I'll think of something, I hope. But I feel like whatever's going on right now isn't the answer, and I just don't really know what everybody plans on doing when the ship sinks and there aren't enough lifeboats for everybody, because everybody's been bled dry and technology's taken everything from us. And then you see all these hyper tech people like, oh, AI is the future, it's inevitable, this is the biggest black pill ever. And I just wonder what happened to humanity, where we just stopped caring about each other and we let the machine take over. Like, we don't have anything set in place. We don't have any sort of padding to land on when everybody's dropped off. Everybody's going to fall really hard. And, like years ago, everybody was like, oh, learn to code. Oh, well, guess what? AI can do that now. So what's next? Learn to farm? Well, with the carbon tax on everything, farming is becoming unruly. You see, like, if you know anything about Canadian grocery stores, if you go to them, food prices have like doubled in the last few years. Like, selling food is hard. There's tons of farmers out there that just can't make it work. Like, you can buy carrots from Mexico for less than carrots from here in Ontario. Think about that. Think about that for a second. What can we do? I'm legitimately asking, what can we do? What can we do that machines and AI can't? And I'm terrified for the prospect of the future of humanity. I can't even put all of my thoughts into words properly. I'm just so exhausted from this, and I feel like what we're doing right now is wrong. And I think we need to take a moment to stop and reevaluate what we're doing to ourselves, and just think about our future, the future of humans, the future of the earth, what we're doing to our own mental health. Mental health is at like an all-time low right now. And I feel like humans didn't really care much about mental health until like fairly recently, and it's getting worse. And then you get like microplastics and like heavy metals and all this stuff that just, it's in all of our food, it's in all of our products, it's in everything. Like, hell, I stopped wearing makeup. I switched up my deodorant. I'm trying to eat clean. I'm trying to do what I can to alleviate all that stress on my body. And just, I know it sounds all hippy dippy, but I don't know. I feel like that might just be the way, return to dirt. I don't know. I don't even wash my face every day anymore. And you know what? My skin's gotten better. That's the crazy lie. You gotta do all this stuff. I don't know. This is a long and annoying video, and I apologize for stealing your time, but I had some thoughts that I had to get out, and I'm sure that these aren't even all my thoughts. I'm just stressed, and I'm worried, and I feel like all the people that say, oh, don't be worried, or oh, she's just crazy, she's just, I don't know, I don't think that I am. I think I'm thinking pretty rationally, and I think I'm thinking forward, and I'm trying to carve out a path for me where I don't have to rely on the machine, which is really funny because I'm recording this on my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra right now. We can't all be perfect. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just got to work really hard so that I can get that other little piece of land and hopefully get to live a life that I really want to live and that I think should be emulated. I know not everybody agrees with me, but I would love to just have a tiny little one-bedroom cottage, even just a prefab house on a piece of land where I can wake up in the morning to the squirrels throwing sticks at each other and the birds chirping, and like go out to my garden and like have like a perennial garden, permaculture, have a little pond, I don't know, raise some pigs, raise some chickens, have some goats, maybe have a cow, you know. You know how long a cow can feed you for when you get it butchered and you throw it in a freezer? A long friggin' time. And I love doing prep work. I love doing like the whole canning process. How awesome would it be to have like a larder? Oh my god, just that'd be so great. Just I could maybe hibernate in the winter, you know? Read some books, write some books, do some art, friggin' not have to worry about dinner because it's all in a jar in the larder. How cool would that be? Because cooking takes up so much time. Just focus on like cleaning and keeping my mental state nice, if that's even a thing that's possible anymore. I don't know. And it sounds dreamy, but I actually like live the farm life. I know how much work it is. So I'm not discounting that. Trust me. I know. Trust me. I know. It's a shit ton of work. But hey, then I won't have to work out because the daily stuff will keep me in good shape. I'm just trying to think about what's good for me at this point because nobody else is looking out for each other, it seems. And I'm really tired of that. I'm exhausted. And I hope that this reaches you well and doesn't give you existential dread. I just hope that there's other people out there that feel the same way as me. Because then, we can have our little community thing then, right? I just want to get away from the people that want to hyper advance our species. I want to go back to a more mechanical life, not I guess an analog life, I guess I should say. Okay, I'm gonna go. I've been rambling for far too long. This video is so long, I'm sorry. I just feel like I had a lot I had to say. It feels good to get it off my chest. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear me have rambles about things that I think about? Let me know, I guess, in the comments down below. And I'll see what I can do for that. But, I don't know. Thank you for your time. And love y'all. I'll see you around, I guess. Have a good one. Feel better. Sleep, drink water, eat clean food. Yeah. I'm a doctor now, apparently. Okay. See ya.